5,
Mm.
2, we live. And we back, and we back, and we back.
He is black.
Mm.
Mm.
Mhm. How we feeling today, guys? How we feeling?
My,
The Wizards got a first round pick out of Porzingis. I can't get too mad.
oh boy.
It's not enough for me, yo.
Hey,
Mm.
listen, we just need picks.
Y'all need a lot more than that, brother.
We can
Y'all
end up with
need divine intervention or something.
We need Jesus.
Allah,
I
Buddha,
don't like
all them niggas.
Oh,
Feel me?
that shit.
Y'all boys is down bad, but it's okay. You just wait till the Lakers
to the
trade
Lakers.
D'Angelo
What?
Russell, Fred Van Fleet. They're gonna
Fred
do
Van
something. Hmm.
Fred Van Vliet is one of the worst niggas I've ever seen play basketball.
Okay, man.
That's a
I
stretch.
mean, enough is enough. You watched Johnny Davis all last year.
Yeah,
I ain't
man.
gonna lie, they probably got about the same field goal percentage.
Yeah, so what? Frank can shoot threes, yo.
Hold on, let me change my name. Who want to be today?
I'm keeping it
Um,
the same, yeah.
hello to my boy right quick. Gotta adjust my hoodie so it's perfectly on my head. God damn, I can never do this.
We're scared of y'all, man. Space or the ocean?
Oh, the ocean for
Oh
sure.
shit!
For sure. Not oh shit. Not even a close. Not even close. The ocean for sure.
Probably the ocean. Yeah, just because I'm here. Anything
I'm
can come out.
here. You know what I'm saying?
Anything come out the ocean real quick, and we on the East Coast too. So like anything can just hop out that motherfucker. We could.
We don't know anything about the ocean. And I mean, we don't know anything about space either, but we don't live in space. So that doesn't matter.
Yeah. And
We
we
don't
gonna
live.
see. We gonna at least have like a day's notice before we know some shit coming.
Yeah, and if something happened in space, I mean, like the only
Like,
way all of us will end up in
the
space
big
is if
ass
gravity
meat
just
coming, man.
stopped. But then we die anyway, huh?
Yeah.
If the Earth just stopped spinning for like a millisecond, we all dead anyway. So I'm definitely more scared of the ocean because I go on cruises and shit. Like, come on, man, that's just scary.
Something about
I'm gonna be on cruises, yo.
you
Yeah,
got
yeah.
you got the kid that jumped off the cruise ship and nobody could find him. Now you
Well,
got now you got this going on. I think as humans we starting to test the ocean and we're losing. We're
we
losing that.
we're never gonna be able to beat the ocean, man.
Bro,
Ever.
imagine if whales just one day decided to not beef with each other and nothing, and just was like, yeah, we just gonna fuck up everything that come in the ocean that humans put in here.
That nigga said a whale team right there.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like whales, just because they the
Blue
largest ones.
whale.
You know what I'm saying?
The
Imagine,
whales creating a super team, nigga.
What
man,
you
you see
gonna
the way
do
they
with
be. You see
you
that?
see a beluga whale and orca whales teaming up?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, you
Then
see
a
the way
blue
they
whale
just be
pop up.
fucking
Like,
up
oh shit,
everybody else in the ocean, bro. They fuck us up.
it's a big three, yo.
Them motherfuckers will fuck us up. I'm trying to tell you.
I do a whale dirty.
I like to see it.
Except for orcas. There's like 50 of them at one time. They be cheating. All the mother Jones fight one on one.
Nah, yo, you say you got it. I got you against a band of orcas. Yeah, a game.
Well, I appreciate the confidence in me, brother.
What's your odds on that? Yeah, what's your
For me to win, money line. Oh, like plus 250, something like that. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. It's doable.
right. It's not impossible.
Yeah, but like me against like a blue whale, I'm probably like minus 180 on that. I got that shit for sure.
For sure.
For sure. For sure. A beluga whale, minus 500, easy money. You got to put 500 in to get your money back, son.
You think you just gonna stab that motherfucker?
Tell him to pierce your shit.
I'm gonna hit him in the nose.
Narwhals too. Are they whales or are they classified as dolphins?
I don't know what they are.
Come on, Don. You the animal man. You supposed to know that.
Yeah, you're supposed to know this, Don.
I don't see animals, bro. I can't lie to you. I leave that shit alone.
Yeah.
They're the most unpredictable because we don't really know about them.
We don't know about nothing, dog. We don't know shit.
We don't know about a thing.
The land animals, yeah, that's cool. Because like we always fuck with them. I mean, shit, we kill them. We the reason they extinct, honestly. But
yeah, it is what it is, though. Shit, let's get this pot on the road. We've been talking. Where we at?
Sip. Yeah. Sip. Huh? Yeah. Big bet. Tell me what you niggas really know about big tech. These niggas be swines, might as well be made of pig flesh. Might make an appearance, but that shit just for the quick check. We the jiggy niggas in the city, bitch dipset. I just made a play and I got double back. In a day, what you make in a month, I'm making double that. I can make the money come easy, I'll never fumble that. I might fill the tub up 100s and take a bubble.
Yo, what's up? We're back. Yeah. Turn up. Another episode of 3-Way Deal. I'm your host, JP Grizzly today. I'm here with my two co-hosts. Always, always an honor, always a glorious occasion. Every time I get to speak. I get to speak sports and intelligence with these guys. They got what's behind the ears. I mean, between the ears. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
all that.
You the back there, nigga.
I got my two co-hosts with me, man. I got my man Stu. We here.
Oh, he about to say that old people saying, yeah, they still wet behind the ears.
You're wet behind the ears. What that mean, nigga?
And I said, we got my man Don down below. Daniel Swankamaya here today, man. Appreciate you for being here. We got a good pod. We're gonna talk about a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But this is a top 10 wide receivers pod, man. But before we dive into the top 10 wide receivers list that we all gonna give out and whatnot, we're gonna do a little catching up just because we missed a week. We missed a little bit of something. So first thing I want to talk about, we can make it real short and sweet and everything. Nuggets are our NBA champions this year. They beat the Miami Heat 4-1. Yeah, 4-1. Jokic MVP, much deserved. Definitely. What do we have to say about that championship, and what does that mean for, I guess, the league or maybe other people, players, stuff like that?
The Mickey ring.
Boy. I mean, it's great for the league. It's absolutely wonderful for the league because we're finally drifting away from the era that everybody hates the most, the super team era. Everybody hated 3 stars on the team. Everybody hated that. They couldn't stand it. And last 3 years, it's been the Bucks, it's been the Warriors, and it's been the Nuggets now. You know what I'm saying? And 3, I wouldn't call it the Warriors, even though they did have their big 3. This ain't 2016. You know what I'm saying? This ain't the 2015 Warriors. So we're finally getting out of that. You need a super team to win championships era. Everybody loves to say how you build a team the right way through the draft, through small trades that make a difference. And the Nuggets did it perfectly. You know what I'm saying? They drafted Jokic, even though they kind of got some luck. There's some luck drafting somebody that good with the 46th pick in the second round. That not some luck. That's a lot of luck. It's almost fucking impossible to do that. They got Jamal Murray through the draft. They signed Bruce Brown. They signed KCP. They traded for Aaron Gordon. They drafted Michael Porter. They ain't do none of that super team shit that everybody hates. It's always good for the league when a player of Jokic caliber, somebody who I think is all time great already, wins his first championship. It's always great for the league.
I think somebody mic messing up or something. I hear like an echo, like something. I don't know.
Let me mute myself.
I like the show with Stu muted.
All right, now go ahead, turn it back on, Stu. Wait, hold on.
All right.
Hello. All right, bet we good.
I'm gonna say I didn't hear, so it was probably me. But yeah.
Yeah. All right. Now.
Yeah, I like it. I think we all know I am a very big fan of Nikola Jokic. So, I am a Jokic enlightener. I just like the fact
Nurkic stand first.
I don't even think you want to believe that.
My bad.
But let's start in the beginning. When Giannis won the chip in Milwaukee, it was a beautiful sign just for the NBA period, because it was like, you know what? We can luckily draft a guy and actually build a team again. That is the key to a championship now. You need a bench. You need all the depth. You still need a star player. Don't get it twisted.
Need two of them.
Yeah. But, it's possible. It's possible to rebuild. And another thing, too, is even before the Kevin Durant thing happened, the Warriors did this, too. They did this, too. They drafted and developed and made a championship team by itself. So it's kind of always been a formula, but ever since, we're going to have to blame LeBron. I'll hand it to you.
But you can't. The Celtics
I know you can't, but that was to a lot of people, especially the casuals, when the trend started.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Some people seem to forget about Boston, but the trend started in Miami. So, but I'm glad it's finally over, man. And there's also, it's like we're in an era where the Supermax deals are weighing in. They're weighing in. Where now where you got your star player, you can't really afford to keep bringing in a bunch of other stars to help. You got to learn how to develop some players. So that's kind of the era except Phoenix. They just, I don't know, they still stuck in 2014 or something. But
Phoenix, man, Phoenix has tried to build, and they drafted Dragon Bender. They drafted DeAndre Ayton over Luka. They drafted Marquise Chris. They tried, nigga. They tried really hard. They just weren't good at it. They tried, though.
Yeah,
they tried. They got it right with D-Book, and DeAndre Ayton's not bad.
Remember when Goran Dragic and Eric Bledsoe was supposed to be the two?
Dog. They had Isaiah Thomas on that team, too.
Mm-hmm.
Remember they had Tyler Ulis, nigga?
Since we on the topic, let's go ahead and talk about that. Let's talk about that Suns big three right there.
No.
Let's talk about the Suns traded a handful of second round picks and who was it?
A turkey sandwich.
Shamet.
And Shamet, yeah, that's who it was. Shamet and some
Chris
second
Paul.
rounders. Oh yeah, Chris Paul too. Yeah, that's who it was.
How the fuck y'all forgot about?
What you acting like he gonna be
this
here?
Ain't the first time Chris Paul got
he
thrown.
not. He should.
I remember when Chris Paul got his ass sent to OKC in that crazy ass trade and it worked out. And Chris Paul be fine, man. He set up shop anyway at this point.
I need him to play one game with the Wizards so that I could have seen John Wall, Russell Westbrook, and Chris Paul all play for the same three teams.
Yeah, okay, nigga. That's about to be.
I need to see just one game, bro.
Nope.
Just
one.
Yeah, you know what ain't happening.
Carmelo.
Yeah, no, he's a Clipper. But I would love to see it.
Right, he a Laker, yo. Y'all gonna pull it off. He
No.
He gonna be like, I ain't get with Kobe, but I'm gonna get with Bron.
Him and Bron best friends and shit.
Exactly. I ain't get with Kobe, but I'm gonna get with Bron.
Maybe I
don't see the
go
problem,
play with the mute boy and Paul George. Yeah.
I don't see the problem, man.
I can't do that now. They got Brogdon.
Oh yeah, that's right. They did get Oscar.
Yeah.
But the trade, okay. Everybody is saying the Wizards are dumb, and the Wizards are the worst front office in the league, and you might have a point, but it's not because of this trade. They had no choice.
Yeah.
They had no choice. Well, they did. There was two choices. Either you keep Beal on the team for the season or for however long until he, says he'll go somewhere else where you can get a better package, and you sit him because he's not going to play and risk getting injured, and you're not going to play him and risk him getting injured. Or you do what the fuck he says and trade him to Phoenix. Those were the only salaries that matched, man. I mean, what else were they going to do? Like, they're getting another team involved to get some more, some picks, even though some of them are pick swaps. And I'm just going to go out on a limb out here and just say they won't be swapping anything with the Suns because the Suns are just going to be better. But, their hands were tied, man. Their hands were tied. So that's what I got to say on the Wizards front. For the Suns, I do not get how people say this isn't going to work. I'm not saying they're going to win a championship. That's not what I'm saying. Yeah. They gave up a 39-year-old point guard that was averaging 10 and 8 when KD got there, and Landry Shamet. And in return, they got Bradley Beal. I do not see how that's a loss for the Suns. Like, in any circumstance, any way you twist it, yes, all three of them have similar shot selection. But Bradley puts enough pressure on the rim. From that was the main thing with me. Y'all know how I feel about that. That's why I've always been out on the Clippers. And when Phoenix was together last year, I didn't pick them to come out of the West. You got to be able to get to the rim.
Yeah.
Devin Booker and KD aren't guys that are going to get to the rim with high frequency. Now, maybe they'll do it a little bit better now because there'll be more space. Because you're replacing Landry Shamet didn't fucking start. It was Josh Okogie, Torrey Craig, and the 50-year-old point guard. So they're going to have to guard Bradley Beal if he's off ball. And Bradley Beal's played very well off ball. But Bradley Beal can get downhill. He can get to the rim. So I think they'll be fine. Like, they'll win 53, 58 games. Because as much as I hate to say it, we know KD and Bradley Beal aren't playing the full season. Like, they're just not. Even if they are, like, healthy, Frank Vogel's going to be like, look, nigga, I know how this championship shit go. Y'all got to sit down a little bit. Y'all got to sit down sometimes. So it's going to be, I think it's a good fit offensively. The question everybody's asking is, who are they guarding and who is coming off the bench and all that other stuff? Yeah. They're going to trade DeAndre Ayton for... I don't fucking know. They might trade him to the Wizards for Daniel Gafford. They might just pick on the fucking Wizards all off season. I don't know. They'll trade him for somebody, a decent big in, like, I don't know, some backup guard, and they'll start Josh Okogie at the 3 or whatever it's going to be, and they'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, they'll go get what's a decent backup big? I was going to say Jakob Poeltl, but he's good, and Toronto's not going to give him up. But they'll trade Ayton for somebody. Maybe they'll get Miles goddamn Turner. We don't know. I just think the whole they need depth shit is overrated. And people mention that, and they'll say, well, what about Denver? Denver played 7 niggas the entire postseason. They were just all good. Now, if you can get 7 good players, you don't need, like, depth is overrated in the playoffs. It's very overrated. Most teams aren't playing more than 7 or 8 guys. So if they can just get the right blend, I think they'll be fine. I don't think they're a champion. They're going to win the championship. But they're going to average 126 points a game, and there's nothing niggas are going to be able to do about it. So I think it was a good trade. Actually, I think it was a great trade. Goddamn, I think it was magnificent for the Wizards. It was putrid.
It was a fleet.
I'll let the Wizards fans talk about how bad the Wizards did.
Let me take you guys back. All right.
Talk, Pastor.
John Wall.
Oh, damn, you going all the way back.
Yeah.
God
we got to
damn.
talk about
I thought that nigga was going to go back to like 2 years ago.
He got his. We'll get there. He got his supermax, $200 million. Unfortunately, was hurt, and then he got hurt again. Yeah, he got hurt again, and that was it. Next thing you know, he's throwing up gang signs from rehabbing, and they shipped him out. During that time, how many points was Bradley Beal averaging? Like 20, 22, 23?
At the end of John Wall's tenure with y'all?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, like around that age. A lot of comps to who? We always had the competition of Bill compared to CJ McCollum. That was always a thing, because they always had the same type numbers. So Wall is away. Bill becomes the guy, and he goes and average 30. Remember that year? Scoring title. He almost had the scoring title. Steph Curry beat him out by like half a point.
2 years in a row, actually.
Yeah.
We did not win shit.
No.
We did not win a goddamn thing.
Went to the playoffs, though. What was that year with Russ? What was that, 2020?
Yeah, that was Russ. All right, but that's not Bill. That was Russ. But
Here's a point.
I think those 2 seasons damaged the franchise because they seen Bill getting that 30, and it was fool's gold.
And they
got that 30 off of volume, brother. Who else was finna shoot?
Yeah, I mean, I get that, but it's hard to average 30 in the league as the first option if everybody else think, man.
Yeah, but it's not worth investing your $200 million again after you already did it the last time. After you already did the last time, and you know that this nigga was more injury prone than Wall was. He was. Bill was missing way more games than Wall. Wall just had the worst injuries. So you give him $200 million anyway. We still losing. Then you gave him a no trade clause on top of that contract.
Yeah.
So now it bit you in your ass. What did you get out of that contract? Russell Westbrook came through, and he led the Wizards to the playoffs. Yes. Westbrook wants to go home. You let him go home. Fair enough. You got a good enough trade out of that. You got Kuzma and shit. Ended up getting Porzingis. What happened? What happened to Bradley Beal? Back to injuries. Hamstring. Cooked hamstring. Did you go to the playoffs again? No, you didn't. So now you got a problem. I have a $200 million player who won't play full seasons. He's probably faking his hamstring injury at this point because he know he wants out.
Oh, Jesus, man.
He know he wants out. That shit wasn't that long. That shit wasn't that long. All right?
No, let him cook.
So now you in a situation where he wants to leave. Nobody wants him here. His family even knows that. So he's going to leave.
Jesus, man.
And what can you do about that? Nothing. You know why? Because you gave a no trade clause to him. So now whatever offer he wants, whatever offer you're seeing on the table, he has to look at it and go, nah, that's not good. Oh, I want to go there. That's fine. And guess where he chose to go? Where's Dad's at? Fucking typical. What are you going to get from it? Phoenix is not a team with assets. What are they going to give you? Picks? They don't give a shit about picks. They've been giving picks up. They're going to give you a player. You've seen their players. What do they have? They gave you Shamit. And you had no choice but to take that. You had no choice but to take that because you chose to give a no trade clause. And I don't even think that's going to be the last no trade clause. I'm not going to say that. But it's going to be the last big one like that.
I disagree wholeheartedly. That is the last no trade clause we're ever seeing. Ever. Nigga, that nigga has to be like, Jokic level superstar. Luka type. Like, he has to be in the middle of his prime, 26 years old.
Listen, brother.
And that contract is going to he's 32.
I will never, ever doubt these NBA players and their negotiating skills. Because just when you think you've seen it all,
Now
they
you're dealing with
revolutionized.
owners.
Nah,
You dealing with billionaires that hate to lose a dime. They're not giving not a single one to a player that's not transcendent.
Yep.
Like let's say Shea keeps blowing up like how Shea's on the Bradley Beal track. He's on the OK team, scores a lot of points. OKC wouldn't even think about giving Shea a no trade. Not after that shit, because Shea could just be like, I don't want to be here. Trade me to the Mavericks with Luka. And the Mavericks got JaVale McGee and Dwight Powell for their ass, and they ain't got no choice now.
Yep.
It's not happening, gang.
not happening, bro.
It's not
Like
happening.
that is real.
I would be shocked as hell if another team gave out a no trade clause, bro.
Yeah.
That's the worst part of the thing to me. Because if I'm gonna be honest, before last week when he announced, or 2 weeks ago when he announced he wanted to be traded, I didn't know they gave the nigga a no trade clause.
You know what's crazy?
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
They didn't give John Wall one, and he was the first nigga to get the Supermax. So why on the second round you're gonna go? You know what? Nah, man. You've been here. You want to be here. Give you the no trade clause.
And they gave him that no trade clause in 21. Am I correct?
Yes.
Bradley Beal hasn't played more than 65 games since 2018.
Yep.
2018. That was a half a decade ago.
Yep.
After 2018, 57, 60, 40, 50 games.
Yep.
They gave him a no. That's the worst part of everything to me, man. Like, I can excuse them for the trade and doing what they had to do because they had no choice. But I can't, and this wasn't this GM in this front office group that gave him that no trade clause. So I'm not even mad at them for it. Who was it before? Was it not Leonsis? Was it Leonsis?
No, I thought it was Shepard.
Shepard. Tommy goddamn Shepard. What the hell was Thomas doing? That right there, that should prevent you from ever getting another job in the front office of the NBA, unless you're the coffee runner or you're going to get donuts every day and shit. That's it.
Yeah. But as far as the Phoenix side of this, I mean, I say it all the time. When you trade for a star, you're never going to lose that trade. You're never going to lose it. You don't lose it because you got a star out of it. Give a fuck what you gave up. Give a damn what you gave up. And in the Phoenix case, they ain't gave up nothing but a Kit Kat. So it was straight. Feel me? My thing is, will they be a better team? I think so, yes, because you're going to be scoring way more. And Stu is right. Depth is overrated, but what's not overrated is versatility, which I feel like Phoenix is. They didn't address the versatility part of their team, and that's a problem in the playoffs. Denver had 7 guys, but there was 7 guys that can defend, pass, rebound, shoot the three. Phoenix don't even like shooting the three, dog.
Them niggas will shoot 17-footers the whole game. The whole game.
So you did another thing, and you know what? Let's go get another guy who loves shooting 17-footers. Hey.
Brad get to the rim a little bit more though, so that's why
for 40 games, sure.
He was like 9th in the league in drives per game. He gets to the rim enough.
He's very good at it, and he gets to the free throw line, all that. Yeah. That's something Phoenix is going to do.
It's just the other 2 niggas that don't. They just don't do it. You know,
it's just my problem. I think there'll still be a better team because of the scoring and stuff. It's like how the Dallas situation is. You're going to get better. You got Kyrie Irving. But the thing is, just when it's crunch time and shit hits the fan, who's defending? Okogie? Okay, cool. All right, that's cool. But his offense sometimes is so bad you can't keep him on the floor.
Except for that 1 week. It was really good that 1 week.
The bench, I mean, what you got on the bench? What, Payne, I guess? And I don't even know about that.
Cam Payne, Jock Landale.
That's things.
Yeah.
And the issue with Phoenix is the only thing they could really do to gain more on this team is trade Ayton because they have no money. They can't really do shit else. But Ayton just is a guy who's been wanting to leave. Pretty sure he still wants to leave. I'm pretty sure he said.
Him and Monty had the beef, and Monty gone now, so maybe I don't know.
Yeah, but they kind of chose Monty over him. Kind of, in a way.
One of them is still there.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
But for Ayton, it's more like, is the damage already done?
Yeah.
If the damage is already done, he's gone.
I think he should be gone anyway,
Yeah.
even if the damage isn't done.
I would keep that drama away from our organization personally, but
Just
we'll see how that is. But that's the only ticket. But I mean, it's still a good team. It could be. I'm gonna be honest. The Suns could still go to the Western Conference Finals if they're healthy, and that's my problem with everything. I mean, Kevin Durant is 34 years old.
be
He's
35.
34.
He ain't got much time left on that ticket.
He ain't got much time, man. I hate to say it, but that is what it is, and that's how it's supposed to be. We hold that standard because LeBron is 38 years old, and we're just now seeing this nigga slow down. Every other nigga used to slow down around their mid-30s, like KD is doing. So
Exactly.
it's time is wasting on this Phoenix third attempt at.
Oh, they're gonna have to win that shit this year. This is the year. They have to win it this year.
It's
And I doubt that they do it this year, yo.
And when they don't, it's gonna be a
straight.
problem. And when they don't, it's gonna be a problem because it's gonna be like Devin Booker. What you want to do?
Nigga, that new CBA is going to beat they ass. Do you hear me? It's gonna smoke them. It's gonna smoke them.
They want to get somebody up out of there, yo. It's gonna be
KD.
It's gotta be KD.
50 years old at this point.
Yeah,
be.
You're gonna try your best to keep Devin and salvage whatever you can. But
yeah. All right, but let's talk about one more little thing that happened recently, and then we're gonna dive into the top 10.
All righty.
We're gonna talk about my man John's man, Morant.
Mm-hmm. Standing with him.
Was suspended 25 games for next season, which really might kind of turn out to be like 30-ish, 33-ish.
Yeah, probably.
Somewhere around that ballpark. But, on top of that suspension, what comes along with it is he's banned from all facilities. He can't attend NBA games. He can't he's not eligible for any awards or his Supermax or those kind of extensions, because I think he's eligible this year for those, right? Or something like that.
I don't know, because I think he messed out on some all NBA shit he was supposed to get this year.
He's going to because he's going to miss 25 games.
Yeah, because he won't be eligible for those awards and whatnot.
Yeah.
So yeah, he can't get a Supermax or he can't get certain contract extensions or something like that.
It might be for the better anyway, nigga. There ain't anybody trying to stay in Memphis, but
There you go. He might need to change his scenery. Who knows? But
he come to LA. Yeah. He got to keep that gun in Memphis. But
I don't think that brother needs that. He finna be.
We got good vets over here. Yo.
Fuck around, be a Hoover Crip.
As long as he ain't showing a gun on camera, I don't give a fuck what he do in his spare time.
You know he ain't gonna stop, bro. He go to LA. It's gonna get worse, man.
I don't know, man. Memphis is rough.
Memphis is a little rough, but is a suspension just? Is it? Is it just?
Yes.
Is it?
Yes. He's lucky. He's lucky. David Stern isn't here. David would have smacked 50 on that nigga with the swiftness. David would have been like, boy, you fucking crazy. We gave Melo 50 for punching a nigga. You got a weapon. David would have smacked 80 on him. He'd have been gone a season. He lucky Adam Silver, a people's person.
Mm-hmm.
But 25, everybody doesn't. A lot of people on Twitter were saying, like, he got off light.
Yeah.
That's a lot of games, man. That's more than a quarter of the season.
Mm-hmm.
That's like 33, 32% of the season, bro.
Exactly. Another thing,
and he's not going to get done.
People don't remember the first offense. He was suspended about 8 games.
Yeah, they didn't announce the suspension for real, but it was a
it was like a mutual agreement. Like, I'm just
not gonna say you suspended, but you suspended.
Missing 25 after that is a big jump, nigga. It's a big jump.
25, bro. He's not eligible for All NBA. He's not eligible to be an All-Star. He's not eligible for, like Gray was saying, for certain extensions. He's going to be rusty as shit because he can't work out with the team. It's going to be Tyus Jones might not be there. The Grizzlies might be bad before Ja comes back. We don't know. And he's missing again. He's going to miss a minimum of 25, a minimum. He has to get reinstated after doing all them programs in his in the suspension. He has to get in basketball shape, and then he has to actually play NBA minutes.
Exactly, because that in-game shape is way different than just you being in shape.
We might not see a 35-minute jog game until the 39th game of the year. The season's fucking over at that point. The season's over. Half of the season is gone.
Everybody's kind of in a tier, and you know what you're gunning for at that point.
We
You
know what's happening. The Grizzlies could be 20-20 by then, or they could be 8-32. We don't know. We don't know. So this is a lot. That's a big suspension, man. That's a really big suspension. I'm really surprised he didn't get like 40. This is your second offense with a firearm. Not he was, I don't know, anything wild, soliciting a prostitute or something. This ain't just a regular felony. You have a gun twice. In one of them, they think you might have had the gun on a plane. Like, bro.
Yeah.
I don't understand what his thought process was, but if the suspension is fine. Like I said, I'm surprised he didn't get him up. Like I said, David Stern would have gave him 180 games. John would have had an old man beard by the time we saw that nigga again.
It's okay, man. We're gonna be all right. We're gonna bounce back from this, man. You know.
Yeah, you got scooped, bro. So you good.
Yeah, we're gonna get in that dungeon, man, and just work on our game.
Are we gonna have another interview with Jalen Rose, or are we done with the interview?
No, that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing.
And the NBA, I ain't gonna lie, that was not needed at all.
The NBA is dead ass wrong for that. You want me to get on national TV in front of my friends and family and talk about how much of a piece of shit I already know I am, brother? You're gonna have me doing hard drugs at that.
For waving a gun, bro. I'm
like, come on, bro.
You gotta apologize to the nation.
Come on, bro.
They treat
ain't
me
nobody give Myers Leonard that interview when he was talking Nazi shit. Like, come on, man. Like, be serious, bro. Stop. Like, that's embarrassing. All right, you punished him enough. Don't go ahead and go on TV and I gotta sit here and answer all these damn questions about my decision making. Come on, bro. Like, come on, man.
Oh shit.
No, right. Keep cooking, y'all. Keep cooking.
That seemed very anti-black, man. I ain't like it.
I mean, really, nigga. Come on, man. I was about to call the nigga Miles Turner. Miles Leonard isn't like one of the faces of the league, man. Of course they weren't. What were they gonna get him on ESPN and say? Do you hate Nazis? Do you hate the Jews? What, they gonna ask him that? They need to ask Kyrie. And Kyrie posted a book.
Come on, man. And he lost his shoe deal and everything. They was killing
man. My man posted an Amazon link and lost it all.
Good
now,
God.
Let ask yourself, what was Myers Leonard going to lose that he didn't lose by not getting on the team?
I don't know, man. He had a good life in Miami. You know what happened?
Yeah, he lived in Miami. Sure, he still can do that.
Nah, they sent his ass out to Milwaukee after that. That's
any other job he want. Yeah.
They sent them out to Milwaukee for a month.
They said, all right, nigga, vacation's over.
And it was warm at that point. It was like April anyway, nigga. It was kind of warm in Milwaukee.
I don't like the way NBA try to do that shit, man. I feel like they try to monetize the issues that's going on with these.
I think it was unnecessary. Yeah, they didn't have to do that. But Ja did that shit to himself.
Yeah,
if you wasn't showing a gun on IG Live and at strip clubs and shit, you wouldn't have to talk to fucking Jalen Rose for an hour. Next time, if you don't do nothing, you go back and talk to Taylor Rooks. We all want to talk to Taylor Rooks, nigga. I don't know too many people.
Andrews and shit, yeah.
Young. Shit, you could have had an interview with the great Doris Burke, but since you did bad, son, you get Jalen Rose. Next, he getting Perk next time. It's gonna be Perk and Wimby.
Perk gonna piss him off.
Perk gonna get 30 minutes to get one sentence off. You know that nigga can't read, man.
Perk gonna be like, look, can I just talk to him the regular way? I don't need no teleprompter.
John, now why would you do that?
Carry the hell on.
What is wrong with you?
I think Perk like that shit.
They do. It's what makes him entertaining and likable in a sense. And you know, you gotta do what work for you, man. That's what I'm gonna say. And doing what works for you works great for me. You want to know why? Because we're gonna dive into our top 10 wide receivers. I don't know how that segue just worked, but we gonna make it work today. We all gonna go around one by one, going from 1 to 10, saying our top 10 wide receivers going into the 2023-2024 NFL season. With anybody like, oh yeah, and by the way, this is not based off of like your whole career. This is not based off of, longevity and shit. This is just based off of what we seen last year and going into this year. Correct?
Yeah, this was easy. I thought it was difficult for a minute, but
I bet. Well, something like that. We're all on the same page, sort of. I bet. So who would like to go first? Y'all want me to go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
I go first, bro. My number one wide receiver going into the next year is the one and only Justin Jefferson. Jettas, as you may know, brother from LSU. That man, and I told y'all last year when we did the pod and we were like halfway through the season, we were saying who's gonna be the offensive player of the year and all that good stuff, and y'all said it was Tyreek, and I said it was gonna be Jettas. I told y'all it was gonna be Jettas.
Well, I didn't know Tua's brain was gonna explode, man.
It don't matter. I told y'all it was gonna be Jettas.
The hell you wanted me to do? It was Teddy Bridgewater and Skylar Thompson, man.
But let me just say, man, my brother had 1,809 yards. Yeah, he may have only had 8 touchdowns, but 8 touchdowns is still pretty solid for a wide receiver and whatnot.
Oh, that's good. 8 touchdowns is good. Yeah. That's the standard.
Still, it ain't the flare. It ain't the flares, the 10, 11, 14s that other guys may have had. But, when you have 1,809 yards, it's like, who's checking you out there for real? When you got 80 first down catches, the most in the NFL, it's like, who's doing anything with you? When you lead the NFL in every big play metric for wide receivers, outside of anything 50 yards plus, he had the 40 plus, he had the 30, the 20, the 10. You know what I'm saying? It was just you couldn't do nothing with the brother. So, and he also was second in yards before contact. So, he was doing the damn thing. He was getting separation, couldn't guard him, and then even he was leading the NFL in yards after catch too. So you couldn't do nothing with the brother, and I expect him to continue to do the same thing up in Minnesota. And I think that also with the addition of Jordan Addison, that's gonna be a good little partnership for him. It's going to take some heat off of him. Hopefully, he's able to still do the same thing, open up, and continue to be the great player that he is. So give me Jettas, because you can't do nothing with him.
Oh boy, we're going round with one.
I mean, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I thought we was all saying all this and then we was gonna talk about it.
Nah,
my bad.
I like this better, yo.
So we can just have one discussion at one time.
Yeah.
Instead of 43 separate discussions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just finish your 1 through 10, brother. Go ahead.
Oh, okay, bet.
Yeah, finish that and then we'll go.
All right, my number 2, I'm gonna go with Jamar. I honestly
Jamar Chase?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Jamar Chase. Number 2 going to the top 10. I believe going into next year, he's gonna have an outstanding season. He missed a couple games, and even in those, even because he only played 12, so he missed 5 games. He had 1,046 yards, 9 touchdowns, and he was tied second in broken tackles also. So mind you, still got 5 more games on the slate. He probably ends up third in receiving yards on the year. Probably have 5 more touchdowns added to that. It's just watching Jamar Chase is special because it's also a thing of what can't he do. He's very physical. He's a crisp route runner. He's fast. He got that home run burning ability. He got strong hands and everything. It's just like, what can't that guy do? And that's why I also feel like he's my second guy. The 2 guys from LSU, I'm gonna take them as 1 and 2. Number 3, I'm gonna go with Tyreek Hill. What do you have? Second leader yards. Yeah, second in the league in yards last year. Second in first down catches, and number 1 in yards before the catch, because you can't keep up with the guy. He's a home run hitter. deep ball kind of guy. He can do a little bit of everything. Also, Chris route runner, especially for his size, big guy, can go up and get it, do everything. And yeah, you can't really do nothing with him. Also, so Tyreek Hill's my third. 4, I'm gonna go DT. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna just run off the rest of my list, and I'm gonna just argue with it later. I'm gonna go DT at 4. I'm gonna go AJ Brown at 5. I'm gonna go Stephon at 6, CD at 7, Coop 8, Amon St. Brown at 9, Garrett 10.
Ooh, I like that.
I'm listening to Ronald.
All right, for my number 1, I have Tyreek Hill.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and that goes without saying, man. He took an investment on himself. You're on a Super Bowl team. Why leave? Because I know I can do better. He was a 1,200 guy, 1,200-yard guy at best. Kansas City, you know, he get his 10 touchdowns every now and then. His first season with Miami, 1,700 yards. 1,700 yards. So he's number 1 because he's a home run hitter, man. And that matters to me. And he's the best one. Number 2 is Justin Jefferson. I mean, again, that goes without saying. I mean, he had like the greatest rookie wide receiver season we've probably seen. And then he just go and do better than that in his second year. It's fucking ridiculous. Number 3 is Devontae Adams because, man, he went to a worse team and still got his numbers. It didn't even look like it because it was so disgusting to watch.
Got his old quarterback back, yeah.
Yeah, he's a special guy, man. Number 4 is Stephon Diggs. Ever since he went to Buffalo, man, he's just been the guy. I understand he got that. He be bitching sometimes, but he's my guy, man.
Okay.
Number 5, I honestly almost had him off my list because I forgot about him straight up. And then when I remembered, I was like, oh, shit, Cooper Kupp. Yeah, Cooper Kupp is at 5. He was a Triple Crown winner. And even in like the 9 games he played, he still almost had 1,000 yards and 6 touchdowns.
Exactly.
So I had to put Cooper Kupp there, man. Show my respects. Number 6, I got Jamar Chase. I mean, great guy, you know. Got hurt last year a little bit, hurt his numbers a little bit. Number 7, I have AJ Brown. I mean, he used to be just like a get to 1,000 guy, maybe get 5 touchdowns out of nowhere. He gets traded to Philly off of blessing a running team and get 1,400 yards. It's ridiculous. Number 8, I have Jalen Waddle because Jalen Waddle took that step as well, and I think he's going to keep taking steps as long as his quarterback brain is okay. Number 9 is CeeDee Lamb. And to be honest with you, I wanted to put CeeDee Lamb higher because I feel like he's going to keep playing at a very high level. It would not go down. I really like CeeDee Lamb and the trajectory of his career right now. Number 10, I have Devontae Smith. He's putting in that work. He's doing enough. I love Devontae Smith's game, and I don't think it'll change at all. And I think it's actually I'm going to go on a limb and say he might have a better year than A.J. Brown next year.
Very possible. Very possible.
I really like the amount of Alabama players on your list, though.
Yeah.
You might know a little something.
I got to pay some homage, you know.
I'm telling you, man. I always tell people that you's an idiot, but boy, you all right with me, yo. You all
right today.
Yeah, you all right. You cool with me today, yo. All right. So I spent all morning at my good job sitting down watching the little bit of all 22 film I had on these guys, like 2 or 3 games that I had. And this turned out to be very, very hard to do for me. Very, very hard. Because there's so many flavors and styles and of how these guys win. And I didn't really know how to take into account not what I like, but what is more important. Because I just didn't have that much time. So I did tiers instead. And you can rank them inside the tiers all you want. But my point of the tiers was these guys in this tier are almost interchangeable. You can rank them for however you want, and you wouldn't get no fuss out of me. So my first tier is Devontae Adams, Justin Jefferson, Tyreek Hill. There's not a route Justin Jefferson and Devontae Adams can't run. And even though Justin Jefferson's not this burner, like Gray said, he led the league in all the explosive metrics. Like all of his catches were explosive catches. And he's being double teamed, and he's, the focal point of the defense because he's the best player on the offense. Tyreek Hill, we know how I love physical freaks. There's nobody that can match his speed in the league. And Devontae is just all around. He's probably the best one all around if you take it to longevity too. But those are my tier one.
Yeah.
Tier two, I think I'm a change. I think I'm gonna bump somebody down a notch. But my tier two was AJ Brown, Cooper Kupp, and Stephon Diggs. I think actually I'm gonna keep it the same because
Yeah, I like it. Man. Don't bump nobody.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it the same and let it rock a little bit. AJ Brown is approaching tier one territory, and I can go back right now about the pod we did last year on our top 10 receivers going into the year, and I had AJ Brown in the top 5 because I don't lie. AJ Brown had 1,400 yards and like 12, 13 touchdowns, something like that. And his team never threw the ball in the fourth quarter. They just didn't because they were beating the shit out of everybody. If they play teams that are good this year, which their schedule is a lot harder on paper than it was last year, AJ Brown healthy could get to around 16 to 1,700 yards. I'm serious, man. You can't guard him man to man. He's too strong. He's too fast. He's too physical. He runs 7 routes, but can you stop it? No. I just want to go on my AJ Brown rant. But Cooper Kupp, like Don said, Triple Crown winner, and Stephon Diggs has basically been 1,400 yards ever since he got to Buffalo. My tier 3 is Jalen Waddle and Jamar Chase. Both 2020? They get drafted in 20? No, that was 21. Both 21 class guys. My wide receiver 1 and 2 in those classes. Special, explosive talent from both of them. And they win in different ways. You know what I'm saying? But they're both elite players, elite after the catch, can both run really good routes, good hands. They're the total package. And they're probably the most fun to watch out of everybody in my rankings. Tier 4 was hard for me. It was really hard, man. Because y'all know
it's 2 guys, right?
Yeah, it's 2 guys.
Okay.
Devontae Smith is one. Devontae Smith is one of them. I mean, the skinny nigga just do the shit, man. Like, and y'all know I like wide receivers that win on the outside because it's harder to win on the outside. No free releases, really. You're playing against the boundary, so you're playing against a second defender, basically. And Devontae Smith is 6 foot, 108 pounds, and smokes everybody on the outside. It's beautiful to watch. And if Gray, you watched plenty of Eagles games. Don, you watched them. On third down, that ball wasn't going to A.J. Brown. It was going to number 6. It was going to number 6 because he's just that type of player. He's not as explosive
for some reason.
He's just amazing. And some of that is because, they kind of double team A.J. Brown on money downs because you don't want that big nigga exploding every third down. But if you get the ball thrown to you, got to make plays. Devontae Smith made a ton of plays.
Yeah, he do it.
I was stuck between 5 other people for that 10 spot.
Say it's Terry.
There's a lot of good wide receivers.
Yeah,
Terry.
Originally, I had Terry at that 10. Yeah, I did. And
I didn't want to buy his list.
But I also had, y'all know I really appreciate Mike Evans. I really do. For everything he's done in this league, and he's been 1,000 yards since he was born, nigga. So I have Mike Evans in there.
I don't like the way he get his, yo.
I love the way he get his. He's just
bigger,
stronger, and faster than everybody he plays against, and that immediately. I had Terry, like I said. I had CD in there. I had T. Higgins in there too, and I also had Amon-Ra St. Brown. I'm going to pick Terry as the guy in my tier 4 because he reminds me a lot of Stephon Diggs, bro. Like they win in the same ways. They're both great contested catch guys, even though they're smaller. They both get open with ease. They both run routes at not a weird pace, but it's not the same pace everybody else runs their route at. Like they tempo very, very well. And I just think that since Terry has played with the worst quarterbacks out of everybody in this group, that he's got some yards left out on there. But it's really close, man. Like if you wanted to say CD's better than him, I wouldn't be mad.
I would 100% understand why you said that. Also,
CD's more of a slot, not a slot only because CD can play on the outside, but Dallas uses him a lot in the slot. Amon-Ra, y'all know I love Amon-Ra St. Brown. I love him since he was at USC. But again, a guy that's usually just slot only. And T. Higgins, y'all know I couldn't stand T. Higgins coming out of Clemson. I did not see it. But
I saw
man,
it.
man, he high points the ball just as good as anybody in the league. He's a better route runner than I gave him credit for. He's a lot better after the catch than I thought he was. There's a lot of good wide receivers in the league, man. Like, nobody even mentioned Deebo Samuel for a second. Nobody even said anything about him. And Deebo's probably the most unique weapon in the league.
I'm gonna be honest. I did not think about that nigga not one time.
Didn't think about Deebo not one time.
He came across my mind, but like I was
he didn't cross mine.
I didn't think about it.
I just picked more. I'm not even gonna say Deebo's not a real receiver, but I picked more traditional receivers. You know what I'm saying? Deebo, he's a wide back, even though he don't want to run the ball no more. But he's a wide back, and there's some other guys that got consideration. You know what I'm saying? There's some other guys, but you could throw in your DK Metcalf.
My 10 was hard because I was thinking about DK, but my thing with DK was like DK's a touchdown guy. He didn't get his touchdowns for me this shit, man. That means something to me. Touchdowns mean a lot to me. They weigh a lot. So I had to dock him. I had to dock him for it.
I wanted to put him in there in my honorable mention for sure. But actually, I had another guy on there that I was thinking about. Really.
Yeah, I had Amari Cooper I thought about, and I was just like, I don't know what it is.
I couldn't put Cooper on mine.
I be crying that he don't get the ball enough sometimes, but it'd be like, he scored 9 touchdowns.
But when he get the ball, like my thing with Coop is Coop's big games are like he destroyed you. It'd be 11 catches for 210 yards and 3 touchdowns. Then he'll go 3 weeks, 6 catches, 43 yards, a touchdown, 4 catches, 29 yards. 6 catches, 43 yards. And I'm like, nigga, did you die? Like, where did you go? What happened?
So I was seriously stuck with Coop, DK, and Terry, but at the end, I was like, oh, hold on. It's Devontae Smith. When I remember Cooper Kupp, it made the list all easy because I was like, oh, okay, I'll just drop everyone down.
Yeah, I remember Cooper Kupp because I remember him absolutely smoking Stephon Diggs on that drag route. And I was like,
so as soon as I remember Cooper Kupp, I was like, oh, fuck all 3 of these options at 10. Yeah, they're not gonna make it.
Yeah, man. We just watched this guy get a triple crown.
He just had 1,900 yards.
But yeah, like we just watched. He was still on pace.
I was looking at the yards record and shit for all time. Not Cooper Kupp. Tyreek Hill had the 10th most yards of all time last year. 10th. And Justin Jefferson had like 5 or 6. But the top 2 players all time in yards in the season, Calvin Johnson, Cooper Kupp, they both played with Matt Stafford. That's cool, man. That's cool for Matt Stafford. That's a cool stat I saw.
That's pretty cool.
Not stat I saw, but that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean he's a good abuser. I mean, spammer.
Okay. I mean, damn, nigga. But
I mean, can you blame him? Can you blame him for throwing the ball to only Calvin Johnson? Can you blame him?
No, I can't blame him for him throwing the Cooper Kupp either.
Brandon Pettigrew was open,
He was always open.
Yeah, and Nate Burleson and shit.
Yeah.
But I had one more guy that I really wanted to get in there, but there was no way I was going to get him into the top 10.
Chris Olave.
Great. My God. Nobody talks about this nigga putting up a stack with Andy Dalton. I don't get. I was
thinking about it.
Always open. Always. And it's like, everybody loves Garrett Wilson because on Garrett Wilson's routes, he sticks his foot in the ground like the fucking Incredible Hulk, and just and you can hear him running his routes and shit. And it's just like it's his arms flailing and shit, so it looks like he just crossed the nigga over, and it looks
for some reason Garrett Wilson.
I see Chris Olave do a 10-yard out, and the defender don't even know where he at, but he didn't fall and he didn't do one of them jumps, so it don't look as good. Chris Olave is a fucking animal, man. Derek Carr might have him with 1450 this year, bro. Like, I'm serious.
Not
Chris
on us, but
Olave,
yeah.
I'm sorry to say it, Don, but that boy, man, shit.
Nah, he
Chris
did cook us.
Olave,
Actually, he cooked us bad. He cooked us real bad.
he's so fluid in and out of his routes. It's like you watching water run routes, nigga. It's so fucking smooth. I'm like, did he even run? And
I'm with Gray though. I'm with Gray on the Garrett Wilson agenda because his number.
I'm not saying Garrett Wilson not like that, brother. Trust me, that brother can
But
play.
I'm just saying, like the trajectory with Aaron Rodgers
now.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
He got
But my thing with Garrett Wilson that surprised me, well, it's not really too surprising because he kind of did at Ohio State too. Is the nigga get open a lot and it's real beautiful to watch. But when he gets the ball, all of a sudden he's like the strongest nigga on the field. Like nobody tackles him, bro. It's not like he's like getting away, runaway speed. It's like, bro, people are trying to grab him, and it's like he just won't go down.
Yeah, he had a couple of plays last year where I'm like, okay,
it was like three
he's
people
181 pounds. Why ain't nobody tackling him?
Like if you was to pause the screen, he'd be surrounded by three niggas. You would never think this would be an 80-yard touchdown.
That's the difference between him and Chris Olave. If Chris Olave catches the ball in the middle of the field, Chris Olave ass is going to the ground. So he's of that Tyler Lockett mode. I'm 100.
Especially after last year, he might go to the ground way more because I don't know what it was, but when Olave caught the ball, everybody tried their best to give him a concussion. I don't know what that was about.
Yeah, nigga, they fucked Chris Olave up last year. I said, damn.
Like you would have thought the bounty gate was back. Like it was really bad.
And he was on the team, nigga. He was on the bounty gate team.
But the thing is, if Michael Thomas comes back, Olave's numbers are going to be incredible because you're going to have to account for Michael Thomas. Well, I don't really think so because I think when he did come back, to my opinion,
for one, they got I forgot what school
Shaheed
went to. Yeah, Shaheed, but he can fly too.
Yeah, and the thing about I think Michael Thomas is cooked actually, but it's just still off the name itself. It's still going to get some attention. But
there's some other guys that we could have mentioned, like Don's former Panther legend, DJ Moore. DJ Moore's really good. I don't think he's approaching top 10 territory, but he's a good receiver.
I think last year hurt him. He kept getting 1,200 a year, and that's good if you keep doing that. But he didn't get it last year, so that shit hurt.
I mean, can you really blame the nigga though, man? I mean,
I can because I don't want to hear about quarterbacks. You had 1,200 the first two times with some shitty quarterback. Do it again, nigga. What's the problem?
Yeah, but he had better shitty quarterbacks then.
Yeah, Sam Darnold again, man. Come on, man.
But say he only had Sam Darnold for a little bit though.
And you had the great PJ Walker. PJ Walker gave him a blessing of a game. That
Atlanta game, nigga. Yeah.
You seen that throw?
Nigga, I still watch that throw.
I think DJ was at like 70 yards or something. That nigga ended the game with 150. Nigga ended the game with 150 after that. That was like a career high.
And then he threw his helmet off and y'all lost. Unreal. Unreal, man. Like,
it took his helmet off.
When I say you can't make this shit up, that's the type of shit I'm talking about.
That's the type of shit that gets you traded.
That's the shit that gets you punched.
Oh my god. That's insane. Nah, they gotta do something about that, y'all.
Nah, that's the type of shit get you traded for Bryce Young right there.
Bro, it was after the play.
Get you traded for the franchise quarterback, man.
It was finna be Jeremy Chin till you did that shit. They was like, oh nah, it's him. Get him out.
So we'd rather have him than Brian Burns, y'all. Mm-hmm. Get him out of here.
That's all right. They know about that. But shit.
Oh, D-Hop.
Oh yeah, D-Hop too. Oh yeah, D-Hop. Yeah. I was considering D-Hop, but
the missing games hurt, man. Injury or suspension, regardless, you miss games 2 years.
He's missed like 16 games in the last 2 years, man.
Yeah, that shit hurt.
Yeah.
When he plays, he's there, but you feel me? I got a docky for him.
I'm trying to think any other wide receivers that were really missing. I think we covered all the like top tier guys, unless y'all want to talk about Chargers legend Mike Williams. Hey, watch it now. Mike Williams was very good last year until he broke his back. And
I'll acknowledge Tyler Lockett had a really good year.
Yeah, sure did.
What about Michael Pittman, yo?
No.
My bad.
Nah,
It wasn't his
it
fault.
wasn't his fault though. But yeah,
Yeah, I mean, damn, man.
Matt Ryan
Who was
was
they called?
really
Matt
bad.
Ryan played. Nick fucking Foles played.
Sam
For him.
Ellinger.
Yeah, man. I mean, damn. That's
Hey,
worse than Terry.
yo. I forgot that this happened. And you know what? Steelers fans was trying to tell me this guy was better than Terry.
Chase Claypool?
Deontay Johnson.
Oh, so I was about to say, oh, God, I forgot.
Oh, he would be if he catches the ball.
He would be if he didn't have a season-ending injury every game.
That nigga had 800 yards and 0 touchdowns.
Zero. That's rough.
Zero.
And you know what the funny part about that is? This year he'll have 13 of them.
Yeah.
Because you just don't get 0 touchdowns on purpose. That's all fake. That's impossible. Like, bro.
Well, it's Matt Canada, brother.
Bro, he had 147 targets.
I think people misunderstood the fact. I think people misunderstood the fact that the Pittsburgh Steelers simply just did not score touchdowns like that.
No. That offense was just bad. How many? 147 is like 3rd in the league, bro. He was 7th in the league in targets and had not a single touchdown.
Not a damn touchdown.
Happens, man. You just get in there, they're like, you know what, Najee, just please, man, just fucking end it, please.
Was it Kenny or was it him, yo?
It wasn't Kenny.
Well,
it's
Kenny
Matt Canada.
didn't play for like 4 or 5 games.
Yeah, it's Canada. That boy's a criminal. But we'll see. He gotta prove it this year. Ain't no excuses this year. So he might get fired by mid-season.
You know who I would love to
he's
throw in
still
this?
the OC, ain't he? Oh,
yes.
God.
Yes.
You know who I would love to throw in this conversation if that team had like I can't even say a quarterback, but
the
if
great
they
Christian
had
Kirk, huh?
a better quarterback. Christian Kirk's a dark horse too. You gotta push him. Throw a little respect on his name, but Brandon Ayuk, if San Francisco wasn't dealing with Trey Lance and Sam Darnold.
Oh, the great Ayuk?
Mm-hmm. I think he could have a spectacular year if he wasn't dealing with that.
I mean, he'll be a Panther next year, so I mean, we'll see what he can do.
There you go. Y'all gonna scoop that nigga now?
Yeah, because I think Cincinnati about to go all in and sign T. Higgins regardless. T. Higgins, I don't think he's going to hit the market at all. I'll be real with you. Well, first of all, no, he's not going to hit the market at all because if they can't get that deal, they're 100% going to tag his ass. 100%. Ayuk going to be the guy on the market, as he should be.
Ayuk will be, I don't know, a Giant or something next year. Year after. Some team is going, he might be a Chicago Bear. The Bears got like a bajillion dollars.
Mm-hmm. Nobody want to come there, so.
Oh, that'll change soon. Some people going to want to play with that running back that play quarterback, but you know.
You got one more time to disrespect Justin Fields in my face, brother. I'm telling you.
He went to that school. I could give a damn. Huh?
You was just talking about Garrett Wilson, nigga. What you mean?
I got to stand.
I like that. I
was finna put Marvin Harrison Jr. in my top 10 right now.
I got him at 7. Boy, that nigga different.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a good question.
We got a question, yeah.
I forgot this guy existed.
No, he won't, but he'll have a good year.
Oh, yeah.
He got to get back, man.
He got a good year.
It's extremely hard. He took an entire year off of football.
Basically 2 years off, because remember, in 2020, he left for mental health reasons.
Yeah. So, like,
he hasn't played a full season this decade.
Yeah, so.
Yeah. Why you gotta say
technically, he did. 2020, he played a full year.
Why you gotta say it like that?
Yeah.
He ain't played football in a long time, man.
Last time he was healthy with the corpse of Matt Ryan, 90 catches, 1,300 yards, and 9 touchdowns.
Yeah, he can do it.
That could be tough.
I mean, and you know, Trevor Lawrence, I mean, he does nothing but elevate the game of players around him. So, you know, we'll see, man, but it's going to take some time.
I think it'll be fine. I don't know if it'll be top 10, but if he was healthy last year, not healthy, if he didn't fucking gamble last year and played, you could convince me. Yes, you could. The fact that he's 43 years old already doesn't help. But yes, you could convince me. Yeah.
I think Trevor Lawrence is going to spam him though, so he's going. I wouldn't be shocked if that nigga still end up with 10 touchdowns out of nowhere. I would not be.
Because he was a touchdown scorer. He had like 10.
Yeah, like that's 100% his thing. Like, and I feel like
Rookie year 10, next year 7, year after that 9. Touchdown score. Yeah,
touchdown machine,
sure.
yeah.
I wouldn't be shocked.
Wouldn't be at all.
I have a lot of stock in the Jaguars this year. That's
a question from Mr. Tyan Sago. I believe I said that right.
No, you didn't. And you're racist.
Wow.
I know wrong with racism sometimes.
Anyways, I believe. Is there anybody else we want to talk about? We want to talk about the.
You don't want to talk about Josh Palmer?
Jahan Dotson.
What about Keenan Allen? Yo, anybody got a taste for Keenan Allen?
That bald head wash mother.
If he played games last year, he would definitely be in my conversation. He was going nuts last year, bro. He was going crazy. Even though he is old.
He had some good games.
He had some great games. Like, bro, he had 752 yards in 10 games. 10. And he left early in 2 of them. So really 8 games. Old man still got it to me. He just not, he just ain't that guy like he used to be.
He all right, yo. He all right with me.
You know what I'm saying? He's a good guy. Yeah, that's it for me.
Yeah. All right, we thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of 3-Way Deal here with Grizzy, Stu, and Don Swank. I don't know. Shout out to our sponsors. Shout out to all the faithful fans and whatnot. Thank you guys for being here with us. Stu, go ahead and give us your little.
Man, you know what it is. I love everybody. Everybody be safe. Everybody be well. Be kind to others, and don't talk to strangers. And don't do drugs.
Unless those strangers are giving you the drug.